My husband Vendel feared visitors would shun. Sure, got nothing better to do. May your path be free from danger.
Spare some looking for a lost soul. Hey, watch it! Head back. No, I can't. I was one of the Red... A few years ago, they sprung from the ground with no warning. Unfortunately, I'd left the other guardsman behind, and he never made it. There isn't a single night that passes where I don't regret what I did. But it's too late for that now.
What are you gawking at, Outlander? Damn it, woman. I said to leave me.
My apology. Well, that sounds lovely. Thank you. That foolish old man thinks he's 30 years younger than he is. He's going to get himself killed traipsing around the mine. He's convinced himself that there's some sort of conspiracy involving the East Empire Company and the mine's closure. We came across some old letters that belonged to his great-grandfather in our house, and he believes every word written in them. Cretius's great-grandfather worked for the East Empire Company. The letters mention some sort of discovery he was sent to investigate. There's really nothing remarkable in the letters. I don't know what he's so excited about. Gratian Corellius. He was an explorer for the East Empire Company. They'd send him all over Tamriel when they had difficulties in a mining operation. Poor man. Can you imagine doing all that dangerous work just to end up dying at your own doorstep? There was a horrible accident, and he was killed when one of the tunnels collapsed. They were never even able to go down there and recover the body. The East Empire Company sealed that section off to prevent any more tragedies. Cretius is convinced it's a story cooked up by the company to cover up something else, but I don't know. My beloved is almost 80 years old, and I think the shock of finding one of his ancestors' things has left his mind a bit confused. I love him dearly, and I support everything he does. But I can't let him chase this silly idea, or he may end up joining Gratian in a rocky grave. To understand how we met one another, you have to appreciate what he's going through. Cretius is a third-generation miner. All his life, he's lived and breathed nothing else. By the time Cretius came of age, the ebony mine in Raven Rock was shut down. He took that quite hard. Our home has been in his family for over 200 years. Leaving would have been like abandoning precious memories. Instead, he stayed on Solstheim and spent most of his life prospecting for a new ebony source. Sadly, it never surfaced. A decade ago, this drove him into a deep depression. He shut himself inside his home and refused to come out. It was after refusing to allow anyone to bring him food, Councillor Morvain ordered his door to be knocked down before Cretius starved to death. I was a temple priest at the time, and they had me use my healing arts to restore strength to his ailing body. I stayed for a while and cared for him, then I suppose we fell in love. Far from it. In fact, I'm no longer welcome there. In all honesty, it came down to a disagreement between what I believe and what Elder Othraloth believes. I'd prefer not to get into the details, but let's just say our opinions about the current status of the tribunal vary widely. Be careful out there.
Who in the blazes are you? Can't you see I'm busy? Why should I tell you? I don't even know who you are. Maybe. Been difficult trusting people lately. They think I'm crazy. But mark my words, these mines hold a secret that could put Raven Rock back on the map. A secret the East Empire Company swept under the rug 2 centuries ago. It killed my great-grandfather and left Raven Rock with a worthless and tainted mine. Gratian Kyrelius. He spent his entire life exploring ancient ruins across Tamriel, and he died in these very mines almost 200 years ago. The East Empire Company called it a terrible accident, claiming that he was lost in a rockfall, but I know better. My wife and I were cleaning out our home, and we came across some of my great-grandfather's things locked in an old chest. I found an unsent letter he'd written to the East Empire Company, and a key. It describes a discovery that was made in the mine by some of the diggers. They wanted Gratian to take a closer look. The East Empire Company must have felt it was of great value, as they locked that section of the mine off from everyone else. It is. Well, I assume it is. I haven't been able to find the entrance. Finally, someone who believes me. I'm telling you, there's something big down there. Something that the East Empire Company wanted to hide from everyone. Look, my wife nags that I'm too old to go traipsing around these mines chasing my story. Time's my enemy. It's caught up with me before I could find the answers that I'm looking for. I do. I want to know what happened to Gratian, and what the East Empire Company is keeping from all of us. Gratian kept a journal of notes about his discoveries. If you can find his remains, I'm hoping it will help. Here's everything I have. The letter, the key. Please, do this for me, so I can finally regain the respect that I've lost. He's begging for patrons again, eh? Well, I suppose I could have just a bit. The damn fool doesn't even deserve to have it. The pickaxe was made for mining, not selling. I'll bet he stole it from the Skald in the first place. Good. Now let me get back to what I was doing. The damn fool doesn't even... I'll bet he stole it from the Skald in the first place. Oh, very well. Here. Tell him I hope he drops the thing on his foot. Be careful down there. The mine can be treacherous.
Why you're leading Cretius on, I'll never understand. By the gods! Is that the voice?
I work for Mogrul.
I'll give you
got
this.
a problem.
Take
You
that
talk to
swill
him.
and pour it down a well.
The best swordsman in all Morrowind is at your service.
Welcome to the Rutching Netch Corner Club, my lady.
Mafala cloak you.
Master Geldis will be happy to help.
Your visit here will be tolerated as long as you abide by our... What? Oh, no, thank you. I need to keep my head
How's
clear.
business, Clover?
Remember, we are watching.
Geldis needs to bottle this up and send it to the mainland instead of wasting his time out here. His drinks are outstanding.
Made for bending steel,
Thanks.
not mending bone mold. But it's certainly better than not working.
The question you should be asking is, what don't I? If it's not a weapon, potion, or armor, then it's Jarland over at the docks brings me most of my supplies, and the rest comes from bartering with the people in town. Oh, Glover Mallory gets me a few things once in a while. He usually has the most amazing deals that I can't pass up.
Sorry, I shouldn't bark at you like that.
You're doing your job, Adril. No one can fault you for that.
Mining gear? No. However, I used to sell East Empire pendants until I ran out of them. Popular little item. It's an amulet that was made exclusively for the East Empire Company. They gave them to their workers as an incentive at one point, a kind of reward for extra effort. They're no longer being made, so they've become a collectible. I'd love to get my hands on a few of them. They could be anywhere on the island. The mines might be a good place to start. If you find any while you're exploring Solstheim, bring them here, and I'll pay you for them. Bad? What if I told you that you're the first person that's even considered looking at my wares today? I've half a mind to contact my friends at the East Empire Company and see if they need an extra hand in Windhelm. Oh, absolutely. In fact, I've corresponded with Vittoria Vici herself more than once. You know, the lady who runs the East Empire Company warehouse in Solitude. The biggest warehouse they have in Skyrim. Bah, you're just like the rest of the folks around here. Mark my words. The East Empire Company will return to Raven Rock, and when they do, I'll be at the top of their list. The East Empire pendants are scattered all over, so leave no stone unturned.
Welcome to Rape. Always a pleasure to taste anything Geldis comes up with. Next time you're hungry, stop by. I always have plenty of food for sale.
How's that young daughter of yours doing?
What in the name of the Black Hands is that supposed to mean?
Nothing. I was just making conversation.
Next time you feel like having a conversation, talk to someone else.
Find my pickaxe yet? So, you finally tracked down old Cretius, eh? Quite a character, isn't he? Tell you what, since you went through all the trouble of finding it for me and all, you keep it. I just wanted to remind that codger you can't just go around taking things from other people. Now that you've delivered the message, I'm satisfied. Besides, that pickaxe hasn't done me any good in years. Maybe you can put it to good use. A fine question, and the one that I hear most often from visitors to our town.
Just give them to me and put it on my account.
Bring your weapons and armor to me. I'll
It's
fix it
been a
up
few
right.
months.
I said to put it on my account.
I'd be
and
on the
that's
first ship
of
off
it,
this island if
understand?
I had the coin.
Mogrul doesn't
What a
lend coin
waste.
to outlanders. Look
Teldrin's-
somewhere else.
Then let's be off. What's our next move? Oh, fine. Go on. Leave me here. When you decide to return to your senses, you know where to find me. I was enjoying our travels together before we parted company. I'd be happy to rejoin you for no charge, if you're interested. Now, if you'll excuse me.
We have also... Sorry. Geldis won't allow me to drink while I'm working at Vanetch.
Are you here to pray? Or perhaps pay your respects at our ancestral tomb? Excuse me, but the temple is for... Get that vile liquid away from me. Non-believers are never welcome here. If... Hey, watch it!
Aye. May the wind be at your back.
Are you... Captain Gallen does the business.
If you're looking
around
for
here.
passage,
I'm just a ship.
talk to Captain Gallen.
Welcome to Raven Rock, traveler. Could I interest
How do
you
you
in any
feel?
fine ash-grown
I
food?
think you might be sick.
Next time you're hungry,
Remember,
stop
I have
by.
plenty of potions and
I always
ingredients
have
if
plenty
you're
of
ever in the
food for
market.
sale.
Looking for it? I should mix some of this into my next potion. Who knows what would happen? Remember, I have plenty of potions and ingredients if you're ever in the market.
My wife and I are doing the best we can to keep Raven Rock fed. If you ever need all sorts of useful things. Next time you're hungry, stop by.
We're one of the same kind, you and I.
Food for sale.
I'm glad to have met you.
Welcome to the Retching Netch Corner Club, home of the finest Sujamma that will ever grace your lips. Have you seen the poor girl? She's a mess. Oh, she used to be richer than Councillor Morvain, and she's spending it all drowning her sorrow. As much as I love making coin, I can't watch her do that anymore. I won't. I suppose you're right. If she wants to spend her life at the bottom of an ale mug, it's her choice. Tell her she's welcome back any time. Perfect. All that's left now is to go ahead and wait for the patrons to come in. As promised, here's a little something for yourself. Take a look. Come back if you're feeling thirsty. I'll set you up right.
Citizen.
I
I'll give you this warning only once. Stay out of my way, and we'll do just fine.
Looking for any potions? Ingredients? Alchemical supplies?
Merkel doesn't lend coin to outlanders. Look somewhere else.
Don't pity me. And don't look at me. Well then, I suppose I'm off to do what I do best. Here, this was something I carried around in happier times. Maybe you can find a use for it. Don't waste your life like I did.